Hello there, and welcome to this evening's sleep time story, Tailor Made for Sleep. Tonight we are going to be exploring different fabrics for your custom-made garment that we will be creating here in the Tailor Made shop. And as we go through this custom garment process, I will be describing to you each little process that I do, so there's nothing to worry about. You'll know exactly what I'm doing. That said, I invite you now to get comfortable as we begin. So, as I understand it, you're just looking for some inspiration on what fabrics and materials you want, and just exactly what type of garment you're wanting to have made. Okay, no problem. To start things off, I'd just like to show you a few sketches I've drawn in my sketchpad. These are just some concept designs, works in progress, and of course a little odd doodle every now and again. But I find looking at some of these images help some of my clients to tap into their inspiration and creative side when they're trying to decide what garment they'd like made. Please allow me to just show you some designs I've been working on. So this design here, more for your casual sort of look. You can wear it as your everyday sort of look. It's very simple to put together, doesn't require a huge amount of effort. So it's perfect if you're just doing day-to-day things, but you also want to look good as well. Very important. Now this design is your formal wear. As you can see, it's a lot more smart and dressed up. So this type of thing you would wear mainly to dinner parties, weddings, perhaps a birthday, anything that requires you to look good. a day at the races as well, maybe. Now this design is something you could wear in the summertime. As you can see, it's using lightweight, breathable materials. So that you don't get too hot. And then just on the next page, we have a more sort of garment you'd wear for winter. Pay close attention to the accessories such as the hat, the scarves. The winter one is more about pairing than looking that good. No, who am I kidding? Of course you've got to look good. But it's more coats, big knitted jumpers, and boots for the winter sort of designs that I've been working on. So that is just some initial drawings and sketches I've been making for future garments to make. I hope that's started to release some inspiration. There's a really useful trick I like to do when coming up with new designs, and I feel that it might help you in some inspiration. What I'd like you to do is think about what you want this garment to do. How does it make you feel? Do you feel strong, confident, independent? You see, clothes are much more than mere things to wear. Yes, it needs to look good and make us feel good. But you also want to be aware of what sort of emotions do you want to feel while wearing this clothing. Do you want to feel happy, excited, sexy? How do you want people to see you? Do you want to be turning heads when you walk down the street? You see, clothes are a little more than just clothes. Alright, so let's take your measurements, a very important step when making something custom, as we want to make sure it fits properly and it's how you want it to fit. So I'm going to be using my tape measure, and I'll just measure each part of your body and making a few notes of those measurements so that we have them on record when it comes to making your designs and garments come to life. Okay, let's start off by just measuring around your neck. And then across your shoulders. And if you could just lift up your right arm and measure down this side. And the same on the left. Okay, now the trousers. Just measuring out the leg length. Then on this side. Okay, so that is all of your measurements taken. What I think really gets the imagination going is looking at some actual fabrics and seeing if they speak to you. So what I'd like to suggest is I will cut some fabrics and some materials that I think would be perfect for you, and we can just sort of talk through each piece of material. So I'm going to take my fabric cutting scissors and just select a few pieces of material and gently cut a few bits off for you to feel. I'll just grab my scissors. Now I think this material might work very nicely. Okay, so I'm just going to take a few minutes to describe the materials I've cut so that you can fully understand what each piece of material is about. So the first one is polyester. It is one of the less expensive types of fabric in its class. Now, it's not prone to shrinking or wrinkling. So if you're looking to get the best quality, but for a cheaper price, this type of fabric is your best option. Next up we have cotton. So if you enjoy comfort, that nice, comfortable fit, and the feel of the material is quite light and breathable, then I would definitely go for cotton. And we have a little bit of wool next, which is quite a nice, versatile fabric. Suits made from wool can be worn in the summer or winter. And aside from wool being very versatile, it's also known to be durable and wrinkle resistant. I've also gone with a little bit of tweed. Now, this isn't always an option for some people, but this material is a type of wool, but it's a little heavier. So it's really good for creating those winter looks. And it can be a lot more warmer than cotton or polyester. Next we have some flannel fabric. Now this is a nice, soft and durable fabric. Perfect again if you want something in the winter, but it's not heavy enough to be used in temperatures of spring or fall. We also have some cashmere, a very, very popular fabric, which of course is extremely soft and comfortable. And then we have some linen, perfect for the summer season. It's light, moisture resistant. This would be a perfect fabric for a summer garment. Why don't you see how the materials feel? That way you'll know what works for you. So first up, this is the polyester. Then we have the tweed. And we've also got the cotton. Do you know what I like to do when my clients are a little unsure about what material they would like their garment made from? Is I take a couple of safety pins and I pin the material to them very gently for them to take home, so that you can live with the material because at first you might see something and not be 100% sold on that piece of material. But after you live with it for a few days, you've seen it in different lights, paired it with a couple of different colors, different styles, dressed up, dressed down. It really helps people make those important decisions. So how about I just pin those materials we've cut to your clothing now? Perfect. So I'll just get out my safety pins and begin pinning, okay? So just beginning to pin each material to you now. There we are. Perfect. Okay. I think that looks wonderful. So why don't you take those pieces of clothing home and just see if any inspiration comes to mind. It's been wonderful having you in the shop this evening. I hope that I was able to provide some assistance in tapping into that inspiration. And don't forget, just the design of the garment is the first step. We can then accessorize with buttons and zips if that's something you feel like you would want. Once we have a design that you like, we'll probably need to see you another 3 times for fittings and making any adjustments during the actual making of the garment. But for now, thank you so much for visiting, and I wish you a very good night.